So welcome to 103 Dry Bones Drive. My son, Luke, he bought this place and I'm so excited. And so is he. Former owner has looked after this land really, really well. So it's a joy to be here and it's got so much potential. But I certainly envision that this whole area here at the back, from that back corner and all the way up to the neighbors, to the end of the property, will be mounded beds. So it's just be growing outside, may low hoop some of it, and then just grow all the root vegetables, beans, peas, everything that we can grow here. And we'll be able to do berry bushes. Definitely lots of raspberry. Haskaps, Saskatoons, because I also started making value-added products last year. So I'm making jams and jellies and pickles out of what I grow. And this garden can feed many families. And I would really like for that greenhouse also to have a shape that where it doubles up for teaching space, because I have quite a few mentees. We get together in sessions where they come and learn hands-on. And I host a lot of workshops, so I could also do that. Better to do it right here, right? So people can really learn and see for themselves that it's possible. So that's the kind of plan I have right now. So as soon as it's melted, we'll probably peel that top layer of grass off and then just start tilling. "14 feet is there." So I'm going to be doing this with one of my mentees, she started her own market garden and she's looking for more land. Well, this was super easy to till. Look at how beautiful this is. Hey? All natural soil, like look at it. Gorgeous. Gorgeous land for Yellowknife, look at that. That part there in the middle, that's where it was like the most cracked grass and stuff. Over here there's quite a bit too. And I have a feeling that there's a big rock right there in the corner, but we'll find out. I'm probably gonna start the tiller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Good. Perfect. But yeah, it was really hard work. My neighbor was so kind. He came over with that bobcat and just kind of broke up the grass a little bit. We're just gonna have to take these chunks out, I think, right?
Yeah.
And it's very wet still from this really strong. Oh, Bandit. You are gonna be so dirty with grass. You silly.
Do you want to know what the process is and what you're doing?
I'm doing back-breaking work, I tell you. Do you see that big machine over there? I drove that all weekend and it's like, oh, man, I need 10 massages and a chiropractor and a hot tub. But here we are 3 days later. Just this morning I finished the tilling and then I've been just laying out. I really like mounded beds. And I like to have walkways in between because then you don't compact your garden when you work and walking on it. So it's work that I really, it's really worth it. And then I've been picking up pieces of cracked grass and clumps of grass. And so now I'm just going to, I just have been lowering the pH a little bit with some elemental sulfur, and I gave it some worm castings. There's really high organic matter already, so I don't really need much in the form of compost. Now I'm gonna work that in with my small little tiller. And then after that, I will be ready to, I think I'm gonna try to lay potatoes over in that row over there, the whole row. I have some peas here already for my son. because he said he wanted peace. So I started summer early.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put in his, maybe I'll do that first, just as a gratitude to him. Hey? But I like to have just a little bit of a lower pH, then a little bit under neutral. Get this a bit. I think I'll put strawberries here. Continue my strawberry research. Good. So yeah, the piece first, huh?
Yeah.
So I actually need my rake for that, sorry. So I'm not actually going to cover it yet because I'm going to water it down before I cover it so that the moisture can get down around the roots there. Oh, that's a little one, this one. I don't know if it'll make it. We'll put a neighbor close to it. How's that? And I think I'll plant another row on the other side too if there's enough.
Why are you covering them up?
Well, because they need a little bit more soil around them. I have to do this by hand. It's just the soil was so dry. It would have been best to water it first.
Yeah.
Like when the garden is this dry, it's really nice just to put the sprinkler on it and get all the soil watered down before planting. But that's just not what happened. When you don't have water coming out of the tap, you just got to find other ways. So I just wanted to cover this a little bit here. Right there. Okay, so we need 13 feet, actually 14, a little bit more. To get it as even as possible is a good is a good idea. This is the only one for today. And this is the thick stuff actually. When I plant this row with seedlings, I will. Because when it's seedlings, they need the hoop. But when it's something that's seeded directly into the ground, it can be covered. So that's the first row planted, yay! I was hoping that I would be ready to do some planting today.
You did it.
I did it!
Woo. Don't want to ruin all your work.
Yeah, don't step on my garden beds. You'll be in trouble. I'll just tuck that in here. That'll be fine.
We're doing potatoes now?
Yeah. So I always try to plant my potatoes in valleys rather than in hills because hills really dry out in our climate. So I'm just gonna go down as far as I can, and I'm gonna pick out all the quackgrass that's in here. So basically I just give them a foot each. And what I'm gonna do for the potatoes too is I give them a little bit of extra bone meal. Not too much, just enough. And then this here is one of my favorite potatoes. It's called Rosara. It's one of those potatoes that store really well, and so I've been chitting them, see? Just letting them get that, bringing them into my warm living room. So I just lay it here, and I lay it here, and I lay it here. And then I just gently cover them and let them sit like that. And then I don't cover them until I've done the whole row, because otherwise sometimes I forget where I am.
You forget where you are?
Well, right, so if you cover it,
Oh, you don't know where you were
it's like,
last
oh my gosh, did I plant the potato there? So I always leave the row open until I've done all the way down, and then I'll go and cover them. Make sure I mark them if I grow different varieties. Yeah. Yay, that's good to get the potatoes in the ground. That's such an important food, you know? That's good food security right there. And I think I'm gonna cover them with a black mulch just to keep the moisture. I'll water them a little bit as well before I cover them, just so they have moisture down there, just to heat the soil and make them germinate, help them to germinate a little bit faster. Bambino.
What is this?
I'm gonna bury small babies. Mikado, Rosara. Cool. So here over the next couple of weeks, it's going to change a lot, like 5 weeks. So seeding, still direct seeding in the ground, planting the seedlings, planting more seedlings, right? And then it's like building pea fences for tall stuff. So this is gonna look green. In about a month from now, it's gonna look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going on today?
Well, I'm sorting out my cabbages. Piccadilly. Piccadilly, Piccadilly. Those can go there, and then maybe this one. So yes, I'm laying out all the brassicas. What's this one? That's that storage. That's the one for storage, and this is the one for summer harvest. So I figured if I could kind of mix them a little bit so that whatever will come first will be kind of in the middle, so it gives more space for the other plants to grow more. Let's see. And that could go in the middle. Ooh.
So what are you looking at? Like, what do you
Field. Oh, I'm just looking at what they are. This one is the Fielderkraut. Storage. Storage. And then we've got the reds. I'm gonna put one there. Cairo. Just need to get them placed before I plant them. So I'll go and get some more. I think we'll do some more cauliflower in the middle because I have quite a few of those. And we could fit another few summer cabbages in there. That'll be good. It'll be perfect. So the Minuteman is a cauliflower. The next one goes here with the Felderkraut. This is a Dutch gill. I really like. Really great for fresh eating early in the season. Graffiti, that is a purple cauliflower, yeah. This one is kohlrabi, it's called kosak. It grows really big. I had one last year, it was 23 or 24 pounds. What did I have here? Caraflex. That's a nice, sweet, tender pointed cabbage. This one is called Expect, and that one is supposed to be good for, it has really good storage capability. This one is Red Cairo. That one did really well for me last year. Just gorgeous, beautiful. Grew nice and big.
So what are you doing with that right now?
I'm just gonna cut them to the length, and then I'm going to, I should have done this first before I even put the black mulch over. Hold this. Oh, come on, don't stand there. See, now I cut this one too short. Dang. Okay, let go of that one. I'll have to use this one over here in the strawberry fields, because I want to put irrigation down onto there before I plant, so I'm just going to tuck it under, because the plan is to set up an irrigation system. Otherwise, we're spending all our time watering. I'm going to just flip it up this way so I can get to lay that one and this one, and then I'll have to do the same thing from the other side. Aw, poor babes. Let's hope you make it. We'll try. They're pretty hardy, but you know, you could tell I've been, you know, they moved from under the grow lights in my house over to the greenhouse in my other garden, and then in and out and in and out and getting used to the outside. And then they moved over here. And so finally now soon, I will water them and I will kind of tuck them down, and then I'll low hoop them, protect them from the cold wind. And then they'll be happy. Then they'll take a couple of days to get used to it, and then hopefully they'll start growing. So I always try to have them in a little bit of a hollow, because we have such a dry climate, right? If they're in a bit of a hollow, then the water will always run in there rather than run away. All right, that was a muddy job. There's actually one thing I wanted to do, and I wanted to check on the beets to see if they happen to have germinated. Let's see. Ooh, the soil is nice and warm under here. So the beets will be here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to deal with a lot of grass coming through, because there was grass here before. Yeah, maybe a couple more days and the beets will germinate.
What's next?
Yeah, I think I'll hoop now. Okay, it's not too bad to work with this stuff here. Because you're gonna pull that, we're both gonna pull this way and that way, but if it's nice and tight, the wind doesn't get it. And I would say in a couple of weeks from now, maybe, if we have good weather, they will probably have doubled in size.
Wow.
That's how fast. Once we have that sun in the sky 24/7 almost, right? 20 hours a day.
So we're gonna go to
The Northern Roots Market Garden downtown, yeah, on 57th. All right, so how many more plants did we need over there?
So tell me more about this garden here.
Oh, the Northern Roots Market Garden?
Yeah.
This is the 4th year here. This is a very good teaching garden for all my mentees and people who come here to learn. So I also grow edible flowers for the Wildcat Cafe. They'll end up being quite tall and have some very beautiful, very fragrant flowers that are edible. And the chef at the Wildcat, she uses them for decorating cakes and stuff. So I wanted some more cauliflower. Now we have 10, so that's good. That'll be plenty. That's what we're gonna bring over. So because it was such a late arrival of spring, we're still hardening plants, but they're almost there. These will be planted here in the next few days.
So you're thinking these are gonna be your strawberries here?
Yeah, no, I'm not thinking that. I know it. I'm bound and determined that I'm gonna grow strawberries until I figure it out.
So what did you put on here?
Some wood ashes.
So you're measuring this out to put on top?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's too bad that it's just a little bit too narrow, because it's nice that it wraps the edges.
Yeah.
So it can help keep the moisture and warm up the edges too, and keep the weeds down. Oh, wow. That's great. All right, so just over the end. Okay. So we've been working with, this is the 4th variety we're gonna work with this year. And we're gonna treat that as an annual. Because it's an everbearing, it probably won't survive the winter.
Okay, so what do we got here today?
So I just actually moved some strawberries.
Yeah.
This was a strawberry research we did last year, a collaboration with a couple of other regions. So these are the strawberries that survived, so I did different techniques to help them survive the winter. And in this one particular place, I did something they really liked. Because this is now their 2nd year, so this is the year they should really start producing some berries. So just have to water one more time and low hoop them. And you can see they're a little bit sad because I dug them out this morning. I think they would have liked to be planted like right away. Yeah, so I'm hopeful. If not, I'll have to sing to them and profusely, a little, apologize and all of that. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to stress you. So for May, it's always that hit the ground month, right? Where you just have to have everything ready. There was a lot of waiting around this year because spring came so late. We couldn't work the soil, it was frozen. But everything happens in May, like we did this it's fully planted now, and I started this 15 days ago. Well, most of it done in 7, and then just the last little bit here this last week. So May is really about really having everything ready, the timing, all the plants, what's going to go where, which plants can tolerate the weather that is currently happening, and figuring all of that out. So it's like a big puzzle, but 14-hour days, just go for it. Because our season is so short and intense. Yeah, so it's just really about getting that soil worked and fine-tuned, and then get the seeds and the plants in the ground and hoop them. Hoop, lots of hooping. So we've come to the last week of June, and the warm weather was really a long time coming this year, but here it is. And finally we were able to take the row covers off. Now those row covers have protected our plants for the last 5-6 weeks since we started planting. We started working this land on May 16th. Can you believe it? It's only really 5 weeks ago. And despite all of that in the late spring, now the nice weather is here, and we can really see what's under there. Everything is exploding now, and it's such a joy to actually see. Come see. This has been my research project for the last couple of years. Last year there was a group of us that got together and did some research on it. And look, we're picking strawberries already. It's really cool. And it's so nice to finally have the space to do it. Because for years I had only smaller spaces, and now I have this much bigger space, which is great. So we can do so many more things. And we have, the beets are looking really good. Look at how nicely they're coming. The carrots are taking off, finally. I almost had nightmares about what if the carrots don't grow? But they're growing and I'm happy. We're gonna be picking romaine lettuces soon. Look at how lovely that is. Just great, and I'm very pleased, very happy with all these cabbages and different ones. And kohlrabi is amazing. It's coming along really nicely here, already forming a nice head. These are actually will grow as big as a football or a soccer, even bigger than a soccer ball. And I think we're gonna have kale salad here this week. The peas are coming really nicely. Soon we'll probably see the first flower here within the next, I'm gonna say within the next week or so. These will start flowering. And the potatoes are amazing, but they haven't flowered yet. And look at this. There's actually little buds coming here, so soon these will be flowering. I bought some berry bushes, some red currant. I bought some Saskatoons. And I also built a rhubarb bed, the first one. We do lots of products with rhubarb. We do a special rhubarb vanilla spread. I do rhubarb juice, and people are really interested in it. So I've already got several orders in already. So need to grow more rhubarb. You wanna come and see the raspberries?
Yeah.
Let's see how the raspberries are doing. Yeah, it looks like some of them are establishing really well. There's a few things we can harvest, like the radishes and the greens, but everything else is just kind of still growing. So we have a little bit of a lull here where we can get away and take the first weekend off in months. So it's just so satisfying just to stand and look at all of this. This was a lot of work. A lot of hours, and those other hands that have come to help. It's been great. Bow down every day. I'm on my knees, right? Because it's not about what I want or what, it's really all about listening into and following whatever the plants need at this time and helping the plants to do that. And then you can really have a very beautiful and abundant production of some of the most healthy, incredible food on the entire planet.
Well, that's everything for this little interview. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And you are excused.
Thank you. Can I go and take care of my peas now?
Yes.